Hi, Ollie. How was that with you guys?
Yeah, it was a good, relaxing break. I think obviously when you get a gap between Test matches, you often just try and chill out, get away from cricket for a few days, and that's exactly what we did. I think it was nice to have the families over. A lot of the guys have young kids, so I think to sort of reunite with them sort of midway through a tour, it's a nice way just to refresh, and the guys are energised coming into these last three Tests.
That's what I said. What's the mood like in the camp? Do you feel sort of like refreshing and ready to go again?
Yeah, the mood's really good. The mood's always feels pretty good, but no, especially at the minute, I think we've loved every bit of this India tour so far. Two competitive games of cricket that have been awesome to play in. But no, it was a nice little timely break just to recharge the batteries. And yeah, like I said, the mood's really good and there's a lot of energy in the group.
Graham's had obviously had briefly India was just a bit of like that. Doesn't look like it's going to affect too much.
Yeah, it all sounds pretty positive. I think we're getting around Rehan. He's in good spirits. He was training today. I think it was sorted fairly quickly yesterday, but obviously it's all going on behind the scenes, and hopefully within the next day or so, hopefully it's all sorted. But no, he's in good spirits. Boys are getting around him, and he's just happy to be out here training.
Just lastly, have you had a look at the pitch what you're expecting?
Yeah, at the minute it looks a pretty good pitch. It looks slightly more grass in it than the pitches before, but we always wait until we see the Indian team have a look at the pitch and then see if they want to put some more water on it or whether they want to shave the grass off. So I think there'll be a decision made tomorrow. But no, at the minute it looks a really good wicket.
We've got Chris and then George.
This week against Stokes, making this 100th Test appearance, you can just give a sense of what achievement that is and what he's given to the team structure.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. For anyone to play 100 tests is an unbelievable achievement. And I think he's obviously had his highs and his lows in his career, but what he's done since he's been captain's been amazing. And there's so many sort of special moments that you can look back on his career and think, geez, this guy has sort of probably changed the game a lot in a lot of respects. And he's just got a way of bringing out the very best of him when it means the most to the team, even in the Ashes at the summer at Lords. And I just remember thinking, like, how does he obviously takes it to a new level when all the pressure's on, and I think the amount of times he's done that over his career, over his 99 tests so far is an so many unbelievable memories, and hopefully he can have 100 more. No, I'm not sure, but it's been great to watch, great to be a part of, and yeah, hopefully there's many more for him.
Is there anything special planned for the team to kind of march out?
I'm sure there will be. I think the last person to do it was Rooty, and we sort of sat down the night before the test and watched a montage of Joe Root, and then he went and banged a double 100, which is pretty cool. But no, there'll be. I think 100 tests is always a special achievement. Stokesy's not someone that likes it being all about him. He doesn't need those accolades, but I think it's going to be recognised within the group, and away from the ground, I'm sure we'll celebrate and sort of get around him and just think of something to do.
George.
Since this captaincy came together, they made it really clear how much confidence they had in you. I just wonder whether you would be able to tell us what the difference that's made for you coming back into the side this time, obviously without an injury, and what difference that made, and how much that helps leads up things like that.
Yeah, it's massive. I think obviously we had a long time apart as a team, and I think until we joined up, I was kind of like, I hope I get my place back. I wasn't 100% sure what was going to happen, if I'm being completely honest, just because it's not how they do it. I think when you're away from it, you kind of do your own thing, but then as soon as you come back together, you stay tight, and then sort of Baz starts calling you VC again. You're like, okay, I should be good. But the confidence they've given me over the last I think it's been about 18 months now, is I'd like to think so far transformed my test game a fair bit, and hopefully I can keep building on that over the next few years. But it makes such a difference. I think I've made a few small technical adjustments with my batting, but it's more the confidence that you've got the backing from the guys in the changing room, not just those two, but the whole management, the whole team. And if they see anything they want to sort of pick up on, then they'll give it to you, but you're never going to get sort of slated for a dismissal, which just gives you that freedom to go out and express yourself. And it's sort of well thought out the way we want to go about things. But I think the man management from Stokesy and Baz, I mean, for me and a lot of the other guys as well, I think it's sort of really transformed my Test game. And like I said, hopefully I can learn from this and maintain that throughout the rest of my career and that sort of positive feeling.
To set up another level after the innings of playing a big level after practice, the resilience it was amazing to get, and Joey as well. Sense as well in the best SC. Do you feel different after that?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've added something to my game there. I knew I sort of had it, but I needed to prove it to myself. I've come to India a few times and never done that well. And I put a lot of work in behind sort of this shoulder injuries, and meant I had 7 months to really look at footage from before and work out what I wasn't doing well and what I was doing okay. I wasn't doing a lot very well in the last trip, and it kind of showed me that the rewards you get if you can really, you can change your game. It has given me a lot of confidence. Hopefully I can keep building on that throughout the rest of this series, but also going forward as well. I know that what I need to do against my game, especially against spin and reverse swing bowling, it just shows that if you can sort of work out what you're doing wrong and then just put the time in away from the scenes, away from the tour, then you will get your rewards. But it has given me a lot of confidence going forward, and obviously playing against India, I don't have the most amazing record. I've played a fair bit away and at home, and so it's nice to do it against one of the big teams as well.
Simon, any questions from your side? Okay, we'll open it up to the Indian journalists. Is there any question yet? Go ahead.
Yeah, back in study, did you keep the brain of Ashwin Amla before you decided to take the number 3 spot? Was there anything specific that he told you? Because he also bats like you guys, basketball mentioned each specific player.
Yeah.
Anything particular that he told you in the stadium?
The one quote he said was that it's one ball different to batting at number 4, because I'd never batted at 3 coming into the team, so that was the one specific quote he said. But Hashim Amla was one of my favourite players growing up, and so to share that changing room and to be in a lucky position where I was playing with him when I've got some international experience behind me, I was constantly, probably every day, asking him questions as to what do you reckon to this, what do you think to this, and not always technical, more from the mental side of the game, because we've got very different techniques and different styles of batting, but just the mental side of the game. His batting knowledge, he loves batting, so he's just constantly thinking about batting. So I was constantly picking his brains and trying to learn a few things from him throughout, whether that be sort of how to build a longer innings, how to sort of save your energy and those sort of things. But no, he was great for me, Hashim at Surrey, and like I said, great to play with him while I knew what I needed to learn and work on to get better at international cricket.
Go ahead, sir.
We must have played a fair bit of the Ben's captaincy. How much backing have you received from him, and how much would you credit him for that, for perhaps a career-telling century at the hands of the support from him?
Yeah, the support's been great. I think I wasn't in the team, I wasn't in the 11 when he took the captaincy role, so I think firstly it was nice for him to pick me a while ago. But I think he made it pretty clear that I was the man for the number 3 job, and that just gave me a lot of confidence. I wasn't thinking, I've got 2 innings to make it my own. I kind of said, you're going to get a run, you're going to get a good crack at number 3. So I think that's just a massive sort of confidence booster for me that he gave me. But no, his man management's excellent. He seems like he's got as much time for everyone in the squad, whether that be the physio, the doctors, as he does for his 11 on the pitch as well, which is a massive attribute that he's got.
Is there a sort of pressure to stick to the baseball philosophy, or is it about the way you bat?
Yeah, not at all. I think everyone bats differently in this team. I think we're not allowed to say baseball, but the style that we're playing isn't always about attacking. A lot of the time it's about absorbing pressure when we need to absorb pressure, and then when we feel like we've got a good time to put pressure back on the bowler, you're 100% backed in the changing room to put that pressure back on the bowler and try and make your mark. But if someone's bowling a really good spell of bowling, we also realise we might need to just sort of hold tight and get through the spell of bowling as well.
You know what you're from?
Given that captaincy is also not there, confusion of the key defense. Is he preparing to be available as a bowler as well? We've seen earlier in the training session bowling a fair bit of
not that I know of. No, I don't think so. I think he's just getting back to bowling. He's getting his knee right, so that's why he had the surgery, just to make sure when he is back bowling, he's going to be bowling quickly and as well as he can. But I'd be surprised, but I guess you never know. But I think he's just preparing as a batter.
Okay, a lot of big names, batting names in the Indian team is saying that what's the mood like in the English camp? Does it feel like facing a different sort of Indian setup in the series?
A different Indian setup. The mood's good, but no, I don't think so. I think we realise the skill set of the Indian team, especially away from home as well now, but also especially in their own conditions. But the mood in our team's good. It's confidence. We realise we're coming up against one of the best teams in their own conditions. So we realise that we need to be at the top of our game to succeed. But the mood's good. But the feels like a good series. It's going to be an exciting few games.
Thank you. Cheers, Ollie.
Cheers.